as a layman, you can, if you go in a, nowadays there is no more winter, right? There is no more winter, right? We are either in a long, hot summer or in an erratic, strong rainfall. So that itself is an indication. So two parameters, temperature and rainfall. I am going to discuss those. Now in this aspect, another thing you should keep it in mind. Now the culture now developing, everything we are blaming on climate change. For example, you know about our ISKCON temple, right, in Bhubaneswar. So every time it is in the news, when after a 2 or 3 showers of rainfall. Why? Because the roads are inundated. Traffic is blocked. But I'll give you a perspective of science. What you should blame on climate change and what you should not blame on climate change. That is a key part of the research, and students like you who analyze the data. So not just everything is in climate change. And finally, I will end up technological innovation. So as sir has also told, what you are going to do about it, right? You know this is happening in a multiple scale. What you are going to do about it? There are two things you can look into that. First, you prepare well, correct? Suppose your exam is coming, right? What best you can do? You keep on hoping that Lord will come and He will help me, I will do the miracle. Or you will do full-fledged preparation. Same analogy, if you put in the climate change, you do a full-fledged preparation. Right? For preparation, what do you need? You need a syllabus. You need the context of the lecture. For this scale, if you put analogy, we need prediction. What is going to happen tomorrow? What is going to happen day after tomorrow? So I will say there is a rain, extreme heavy rainfall may happen between 24th to 26th in Odisha, right? For us, it doesn't matter, right? We are in a good place, perfect roof. We go to a house, maybe air conditioned, but we are 20 to maybe 10 to 20% of the society. There are many people who are on the roads. It matters to them. There are many industries are based on these kind of parameters. It matters to them. There are many agriculture are based on this natural variability. It matters to them. Okay, so lot of livelihood matters. So first is, if you know what is accurately coming tomorrow, day after, or a month ahead, government can prepare well, because we are a billion population. We have to feed, and where the food will come? Food will come from the, not from these machines. And with all due respect, it will come from agriculture. And most of our agriculture are rain-fed. So a lot of connectivity is there. So technological intervention is key for preparedness and you accurately forecast. Now because of artificial intelligence revolution, IIT Bhubaneswar is the first organization in not only India, in the world to develop a hybrid technology to predict the rainfall even 3 days ahead at a district scale, particularly in the mountainous region and also plain of the state of Orissa. I will discuss all those and then I will end up giving you some kind of perspective what can be done to overall to leave this planet safely for the next generation like you. Right? Let us begin. So, I'm sorry. So, if you look into the background, this is where every newspaper, news article you will come across, right? A recent example in Texas, it has happened. In just a stroke of 1 hour, so much rainfall happened. Roughly around 100 people are killed. They are just sitting near to a river and they are gone. No clue why that happened. And just today only, when I was preparing this, I got this in South Korea. Now havoc is happening. Almost 70 people are dead. Spain, in just one night, 100 people are gone. These cars are lost in the showroom, but because of intense amount of flood. Now as we speak, Europe is under tremendous amount of heat wave. Schools and colleges are closed. So story is endless. Story is endless. And if you keep on looking at Indian region, every May month we have a cyclone, right? Luckily this year we have been saved. 2019 to 2023, no 24, every year, last 5 years, every year there is a cyclone, except this year. But now you see monsoon is a kind of a steroid mode. So if you look at that, last year immense amount of heat wave death has happened. In one day almost 50-60 people have died in Sundargarh, Jharsuguda because of heat stress. What we are currently experiencing now is heat stress. I tell you what is the difference between heat wave and heat stress. The absolute temperature, another is relative temperature. If I give you a 45-degree temperature here, you can still work fine. We belong to that kind of tropical belt. But if I give you only 36 degrees centigrade now, I'll add moisture of 70. You will feel like 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, so temperature is not the whole thing what we see. Moisture is a key word. So story is endless. In Wayanad last year, 400 people have just killed in just one night, 1 hour of rainfall. Himachal still now havoc is going on as we speak. Even now another system is going, so Himachal also going to experience. Delhi got the rainfall. One more forgot Dubai. Last year Dubai, one day it has received 1 year of rainfall. All Dubai city aeroplanes are all flooded. So I keep on going like this. It will be endless. So you can see that this is a new thing. 2024 we have added additionally 41 days of warm days in our calendar year. This is something new. What you are seeing this picture is, now everybody generally, if climate change, somebody will ask you, what is the first thing you feel that will be impacted? Our health, right? That is the first thing will be impacted, right? That is the perception. This picture tells you a different thing. Kids' educations are immensely getting impacted. Why? You have a fan, you have a roof. There are many schools doesn't have those facilities. Schools are closed. So in India, roughly around, in Asia basically, 12 crores or so schools educations are getting affected. This is a latest study where the newborn baby is having lower weight because of climate change. Because mothers are malnourished. That's why it is impacting babies. So it is affecting in all aspects of our life. This has happened this year, July 2025, 1,500 deaths in the Europe. Figures are enormous, billions of GDP issue, migration issue. Now, this slide is about what? When we talk about climate change, we do not talk about only about Bhubaneswar, only about Orissa, or only about India, right? Believe me, what is happening in Spain or what is happening in Africa is also happening in India, and it is also happening in Bhubaneswar, and they are all connected. How? If you just carefully examine your own body, right? Your temperature is fixed, right? If you have 0.1 degree temperature increase or decrease, you feel आज कॉलेज नहीं जाना है, लीव चाहिए. But at the same time, your digestive system, your nervous system, your respiratory system, your cardiac system, your skeletal system, all are working together to maintain that temperature fixed, correct? Same thing is happening for the Earth. Earth's temperature is fixed, but atmosphere, geosphere, cryosphere, biosphere, all the ionosphere, all are working together to maintain that temperature fixed. Now for us, if the temperature is going bad or increase or decrease, what do you go? We go to the doctor, take antibiotics or whatever medicine and get cured. But nature doesn't balance in that way because we have disturbed that show. This picture tells you that story. So these are some of the tipping points across the globe. If these things getting disturbed, then impact will be found in all across the continents. Asia, Australia, America, Africa, whatever you can. And that's the point I want to show you. Everything is connected in this world. Coming to Orissa, what we are experiencing? We are experiencing every time a cyclone. That is the first problem with us. Some of the districts of Kendrapada, I don't know how many people are belong to Orissa. Please raise your hand. Okay, so all of you are from Orissa. So you know there are few districts, few villages, blocks in Kendrapada, like Santabaya, are all gone because ocean is basically somehow eroding that coastal plain. Okay. Then we have lot of monsoon issues. Like if you see currently this year in the May month it is raining like anything. Where May is supposed to be very hot days, but this year May 15 or 20 onwards we will have rain. So we are also suffering. Some of the examples I showed you. Now after all this, what comes to your mind? That is the question you should ask. First is climate change is happening? What do you think? Yes or no? Yes? How many people will say no? No? Everybody agrees? Okay. Then if somebody will say, if the climate change is causing the extreme events, how many people will say yes? What do you think? Yes or no? If anybody is saying no, can you raise your hand? So everybody agrees with that. But the question third is this: is climate change is causing all the extreme events? That is the problem. That is the problem. We don't have a straightforward answer. I am going to tell you some of those aspects. What exactly called climate change, what not being called climate change. एक simple analogy देता हूँ, आपको इंटरेस्ट लगेगा. पिक पॉकेटिंग देखे हो? खुद करते हो? पिक पॉकेटिंग समझ रहे हो? पॉकेट मार जोड़ा में कोई. बस स्टॉप रे जदी के पॉकेट मारला, जो लोकर पॉकेट मारायची ती बस येतं धरला तो पिटला, right? But there are few people who has nothing to do with it. They are going in their own way. They will put their vehicle on stand and they will come and hit that guy. The point is, it is just like a climate change. Climate change is causing one or two or few events. But now everybody, all politicians, all things, oh, everything is happening on climate change. That is not true. That is not true. And finally, I will tell you how to minimize the impact and what should be the way forward for that. So when you say extreme events, you basically consider what? These are the extreme events: heat wave, cold wave, flooding, tropical cyclones, and you name it. Now, second aspect of this talk will be based on the data. You have to show the data, what exactly this data says. Now, when I am saying the data is the one component of the story, pull all the component of the story, the answer is no. There are many components in this. Like you have to know the science, you have to know the data, you have to know the prediction, adaptation, attribution, mitigation and preparedness. There are a lot of dimension into it. As you will say, as a mechanical engineer, where you can contribute. If I ask you that, you can contribute in all these areas. All these areas. Whether you take a thermodynamics or you do a heat study, it has all related. But currently, my focus is on the top three: science, data, and prediction. These are my expertise, so I will be focusing on that. But that's why do not consider that this is all part what of the climate change. This is few part which we are discussing. So what do you mean by climate change? कभी सुना है? How to quantify it? You suppose Bhubaneswar is a hot and humid climate. You agree? Or a cold climate? It's a hot and humid climate. How you know that? The basic standard definition is You take 30 years of temperature, right? 30 is your temperature, and from that you say it is the hot and humid part, right? Similarly, when you say weather is an instantaneous value. आज cloudy है, कल sunny होगा, so maybe rain होगा, but climate is a mean of 30 years. That is called climate. Then another question is called, you must know what is called climate variability. Variability का मतलब क्या है? हाँ, suppose you are saying monsoon. You know when the monsoon comes to our country? बारिश का सीजन कब होता है? Just guess. June, right? June, July, August, September. These are 4 months where the rain happens. Technically, the rain starts around June 1st in Kerala, right? But sometime it came around June 10th, sometime it may around May 15th, okay? These are called variabilities. आप नहीं बोल सकते कि नो इस बार मई 20 में आ गया ये क्लाइमेट चेंज है, नो ऐसा नहीं होता, okay? That is called variabilities. Okay, now coming to the data. So, and each of these data as a consequence what we will discuss. What you are seeing is a global temperature, okay? And global temperature, this is negative, this is positive. हाँ, हम लोग बोलते हैं उसको anomaly. Anomaly word सुने हैं? Anomaly. Suppose you know Bhubaneswar temperature is increasing or not. Today, if you go and make a reading, then you will show you 37 centigrade. But what exactly that mean? It means the current state, right? But if I say, okay, 37.4 degrees centigrade is happening on July 22nd, 2025. But what happened in 24? What happened in 23? What happened in 21? Right? So what you do, you take a 30 years of mean and subtract the current temperature. That we call as the anomaly. That anomaly is showing that this temperature is continuously increasing. Now we are almost 1.5 degree above our mean value. Clear है? समझ पा रहे हैं? That we call, that's how you indicator, that will be the indicator that climate change is happening. And this is the plot what you factored as carbon dioxide, sir ने जैसे बोला greenhouse gases, okay? And it has also been measured. This is measured in Hawaii and this is all increasing. Clear है? Now each of these plot what you are seeing, we always say okay, this is a warmer September, this is warmer January, this is warmer July. That means relative to last 30 years September, relative to last 30 years July, okay? That data shows that you are in the cold in 1833 or up to this, once this industrial revolution is happening 1990 onward, and now we are almost in these red colors. So these are purely data driven, and when you mean by data driven, additional thing is what are the parameters in the globe is changing. Have you heard of polar ice? सुने? Polar ice. अब क्या third semester है? Fourth semester? Third semester. Okay, polar समझ रहे हैं? What is polar? अच्छा, हम लोग इक्वेटर में हैं, अर्थ को डिवाइड करेंगे. जो नॉर्थ है, नॉर्थ पोल जैसे बोलते हैं ना, वहाँ ठंडा रहेगा, उसको बोलते हैं पोल. बीच को बोलते हैं इक्वेटर, जो हम लोग जिस लैटिट्यूड में हैं, roughly around 0 to 30, -32 + 30. Okay, roughly it's an equator. So